UFP, the United Federation of Podcasts.
Engage.
78 years have passed since the days of the original USS Enterprise. Now a new Galaxy starship has been designed.
Transporter Chief, beam our listeners aboard. Welcome to Galaxy Class, which is a Star Trek The Next Generation podcast on the United Federation of Podcast Network. I am Diplomatic Standard Bearer Kevin Scharf, and with me today is the head of hiking, Joe Keegan.
Yeah.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Kevin. I don't like to keep the same job every week, as you know. I think that's my mission in Galaxy Class, to have a different job for every episode. Hiking, because we went out a hike because the weather was cold but sunny today, and we went up a mountain. Well, I'm calling it a mountain. It felt It was as arduous as a mountain, called Scharf on Minach, which is the most Scottish sounding name.
Scharf,
Shalloch, on O-N, Minach, Minnoch.
Okay.
Is it a mountain? Highest hill mountain in Ayrshire. It stands at 2,520 feet tall.
That's pretty tall in my book.
It felt as kind of... Now that way, when you've not exercised in a while, and you're trying to go up an incline, which is all boggy and muddy, I felt like I was dying.
As wonderful as spring is, I find it one of my least favorite seasons just because of the mud. So much mud.
Yes.
And everything is just wet and nothing's green yet. It's just gray and muddy, and we'll get there.
Oh, we've still got lots of... Well, we're surrounded by grass, which is always green.
I am surrounded by snow.
Still.
But we are supposed to be going up to plus 12 tomorrow.
So balmy.
And it's supposed to rain all day, so it should get rid of all the snow. And we're supposed to stay above freezing for the whole week. So it's maple syrup weather.
Oh, I saw a documentary on how they do maple syrup. And all the maple trees are on a slight incline, and they run like a tube. Like they bore into the bark, and then they run a tube like downhill in a zigzag, and then the maple syrup just runs down into a wee hut at the bottom and collects in a big vat. And I thought, that's the power of gravitation.
That was the typical kindergarten field trip when I was a kid. You'd go to the maple syrup farms to see how they make the syrup.
Wow.
Yeah. But it has to be warm in the daytime and cold at night. That's what makes the sap flow. So when it's above freezing during the day and then it falls to below freezing at night, the sap moves better through the trees. So, what else is going on?
I'm excited about Chicago in 33 days' time. I know.
Exciting.
It'll be good to see everybody. The four of us are going to be there.
I got all my ducks are in a row. Tickets are purchased. We have accommodations. I have the time off. I know how I'm getting there.
Yes, we have flights. We have accommodation. We have our US travel authorization. And we have convention tickets, so we're good to go. Ewan's put me on costume making duty.
Oh.
He really, really wants Riker's Angel 1 outfit. So I'm like, okay, I've got time. I can maybe figure something out for that.
I've never been a cosplayer at conventions. Never worn a costume to a convention.
Well, this might be your first time. Make it so.
I'll figure something out.
I feel like we should talk about new Star Trek briefly.
I think that's a good idea, because one of our favorite characters reappeared this week, didn't he?
And she
did too, yes.
Yes. So we're talking about season 2 of Picard. If you haven't watched it yet, you may want to skip forward maybe a few minutes and come back in when we're not talking about Picard. But yeah, I said to Kevin before we were recording that I really didn't like season 1. I thought it just dragged on and nothing really happened. And the big set pieces like the Borg, they didn't really do much with. And then the big scary aliens who, I don't know, coming through the portals with their tentacles at the end didn't really happen. So lots of things nearly happened and didn't, so I found it interminably boring. Season 2, episode 1, I did not. I thought it was spectacularly good.
I agree. I really enjoyed this first episode. I like that we got to see all of our characters from the first season, and they all seem to be in better places than they were at the end of the last season. Everybody's doing something worthwhile, it seems like.
Yeah, all the broken people have been fixed between season 1 and season 2. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, all the damage that had been done by Romulus being destroyed and the Federation not helping and people quitting Starfleet had
Starfleet feels like a better organization now than it did at the end of the last season. Plus, they have more than one kind of ship.
Yes. Well, I heard they brought back the Akudas, didn't they?
Did they?
The Denise and Michael Akuda, who did all the kind of not set design, but all the Elcar stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they brought a bunch of legacy people back to.
I heard that they brought in a lot of the ship designers from Star Trek Online,
which totally makes sense, doesn't it? It felt familiar like Star Trek, and I think that's what we were lacking from season 1.
Agreed.
And I even thought Patrick Stewart or Picard appeared less old than he did in season 1.
I think maybe the events of season 1 invigorated him, right? Like season 1, Picard was wallowing in self-pity, and season 2, Picard has now had this sort of adventure and sort of has reclaimed life, even though he's not a human anymore.
Well, yeah, he's a synthetic, isn't he? Yeah, the whole thing was just really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, Discovery is destroying my soul.
Things are dragging too long.
Oh, seriously? Ewan put it quite well last night when he was like, okay, so the universe is about to be destroyed by the DMA, so they go and do some archaeology on a wee planet, and they put their hands in special dirt. And this dirt makes me feel happy, and this dirt makes me feel sad.
Yes, Star Trek Discovery is all about feelings, isn't it?
Seriously, and that's fine, but please, something happen. I didn't even like their spacesuits. Something about the front cover made their eyes look really far apart. There was a weird refractive thing going on, and it was like I'm not enjoying this in the slightest. So
no, I hear you. I do.
I find it's a total yawn fest. I love the characters, yeah.
I agree. I was going to say, I do love the characters. And I thought it was nice to see Jet Reno again, even though she really wasn't used all that well. But they just keep moving characters around. Like, where's my Tilly? I love Tilly. And they just shipped her off, and we don't talk about Tilly.
Because she's busy now doing theatre, isn't she?
I think that's why she's
life,
not on it.
Yeah. So, I don't know how who was it? Somebody tweeted. Oh, the Cardassian Human Federation president woman. She tweeted last night and she was like, I'm so excited for the last 3 episodes because we've spent so long keeping so many details secret that you're going to be thrilled by it. And I'm like, okay, please make that so.
Do you think the 10C are somebody we've seen before? Wasn't there a race in classic Star Trek that came from outside the galaxy?
Did the Kelvins not come from like the Andromeda galaxy or something?
Turned people into little boxes?
Like Sol dodecahedrons or something.
Yeah. They were from outside the galaxy, weren't they?
They were trying to get home and they needed the Enterprise. They stole the Enterprise to get home, I think. Rhea would know. More details.
That's the only aliens I can think of that we've seen before that were from outside the galaxy.
I think I wouldn't put it past them if there was a whole tie-in with Picard.
You think it's the synth, the the tentacle people?
Or, I don't know, or like the Borg and Picard and the 10C are somehow linked, because the Borg they've came through time, haven't they? In Picard. Because some temporal thing going on.
Don't want the Borg to be on Discovery. None of our Discovery crew will have ever seen what a Borg is, and I don't want Michael Burnham, who already knows everything, to know everything there is to know about the Borg, who she's never encountered because Starfleet didn't encounter them until 80 years after she left the galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. 10C. I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out.
I do like that every single one of our sort of our secondary bridge crew, they've all got an episode to shine, right? Oo had her episode where she went off on a mission, and this week it was Detmer. So I like that we're getting to know those people a little better. And when you keep shuffling your main cast around, I guess you need to do more with your secondary cast.
Yeah. I do know what, I'm scared to say stuff in case I meet these guys in Chicago. And they were like, you said mean stuff about us on your podcast. Like the Culber and Stamets, I don't like them anymore.
No?
No.
They're never together.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels forced.
It's not the actors' fault.
No, it's totally not. I love the actors and I kind of like the characters, but the dialogue, I think the dialogue is the biggest problem. Yeah.
And I am sick of this whole book and Tarka thing. Like, they just blow up Book ship. Like, at this point, I don't care how much Michael loves Book. Just get rid of him. Yeah. It's dragging too long. If this had been like a 4-episode story arc, fine. But 13 is too long.
Yes. That'd be perfect. Yeah. A season of like 4-episode, like a 4-parter. Yeah. Over 12 episodes, that'd be perfect. I love that.
Well, next year we're only getting 10 Discoveries. It looks like 10 is the number of episodes they're settling into for new Star Trek, right? There's 10 Picards this season, 10 Strange New Worlds. So we're only getting 10 Discoveries, which is fine. Because I think sometimes they stretch the plots too thin when they try to make 13 or 15.
Yes, especially if they try to do it in kind of a whole season story arc and not episodic.
It's been the problem every season with Discovery. It's just like, okay, it's good, but we're just get there already. Stop it. Anyway.
I really liked the Discovery when it did the Harry Mudd on board killing people in the time loop, because it was episodic at that point.
Yep.
That was enjoyable.
Yeah. I think we'll like Strange New Worlds for that reason.
Please. I need it. Anyways, we should mention Mitch Ryan, who's the actor that played Riker's dad.
Kyle
Riker, yes, the actor that did Anbojitsu with Riker. He died recently, though. Jonathan Frakes just tweeted about it, so I thought it was worth mentioning because he's a next generation actor that we no longer have with us.
Yes, so our condolences to his family, and we will think of him in that red Anbojitsu uniform forever, I guess.
Yeah, good pick for Riker's dad.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the resemblance.
They're a good team.
Yeah, absolutely.
A very good team. Well, why don't we check the communications array and see if we have any comments from our listeners?
Logs accessed.
So our good friend Paul Wright Jr. said, Joe, what a great story. You did another amazing solo job, Joe Keegan, and I thought your Captain Picard impression was spot on. I will be at Chicago too, so I can't wait to finally meet you. Just you. He doesn't care about the rest of us. It's just you.
Yeah, of course, it's just me. I'm travelling the furthest.
That's true.
And yeah, Paul, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. It's funny when you record a short story because you have to jump between your voice and then all the wee voices that you've chosen for the other characters. And you mash it up all the time and end up recording pretty much each line multiple times. And then when you edit, you pick the best one. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's a wee thing we're trying.
I really enjoyed that story too. I thought it was a really nice one. And at first I wasn't sure what was going on. Like, is Wesley being possessed by some alien? Like,
Yes.
And then it was just
teenage angst.
Family stuff.
Yeah. It
would have been nice if we could have seen stuff like that on the show, but everybody was nice.
Yeah. And it's funny because I don't read the stories. I probably should be more organised and read the story to see if it's suitable for our podcast, but I didn't. So there was a few swear words throughout.
Yeah.
It. And I don't swear in real life. I'm one of these people that just go through life not using words that you class as swear words. So I'd never say the F word or any of the other words that you might be thinking of. I just don't. I never have done. So when I saw all these, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So yeah, I thought I'll just bleep them out like I'm on TV.
It worked.
Cool.
No, I thought you did a great job, and I hope you do more of these stories.
Thank you so much.
Because the rest of us all get a week off when you do them.
True. We have some feedback on the episode before the story time, which was a bat'leth battle, which I wasn't on.
It was
Manhunt and
the First Duty.
Yeah, Manhunt and the First Duty. That's right. I decided I was going to vote for Manhunt, just to be difficult. Yeah, cool. We have a comment from Chrissie De Clerck-Szilagyi. So about Riker and Picard discussing Lwaxana. Yes, Riker explains before Deanna can, but remember that this does not start out as a discussion about Betazoid sexuality. It starts as a discussion about her behaviour. Also, I know that by the 24th century, everyone is supposed to be relaxed about sex, but there's still a nick factor with discussing one's parents' sexuality. And then add talking about that with your boss, who is the subject of your mother's lust. Also, Riker is straight. Ha!
Well, that comment comes from a comment that I made where I thought it seemed a little mansplaining for Riker to be discussing Betazoid sexuality when Deanna was sitting right there.
Okay. I got it.
But I get Chrissy's point that maybe Deanna was a little bit uncomfortable talking about her mother specifically, but still, I feel like Riker jumps in sometimes when he doesn't need to, and Deanna's perfectly capable about talking about Betazoid biological urges.
Interesting. Talking about totally changing subject. Talking about mansplaining. I don't think I like the term mansplaining.
No,
because I find it offensive as a teacher. I think part of my job is to explain stuff. So just my very nature means that if somebody doesn't know something, I'm going to try and explain it. And I think mansplaining appears a bit, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't like it.
I think for me, it means when a man is explaining something to a woman that really she already knows, or that she's more of an expert in than he is, right? Like, it's like if I were to try to explain, ancient history to Chrissy, who is an expert in ancient history. If I'm doing it, that's mansplaining, right?
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with a man teaching a woman how to do something, but mansplaining comes when a man takes over.
There's a bit of condescension implied as well, maybe. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I think somebody told me at STLV one year that I was mansplaining something, and I was like, that's what I do. I explain. Part of my life is to explain, so it comes naturally. Anyways, thank you, Chrissy, for your comment.
Yes, and I can't wait to see you in Chicago.
Oh, yay! Chrissy's going as well. Whew.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Nice.
This is the captain. Senior officers will report to my ready room immediately.
All right, so that moves us along to our main topic, and today we're doing one of our old-fashioned what-if episodes. We've got a couple of good what-if topics here, and Joe, why don't you take the first one? What is it that you've come up with here?
I didn't come up with this. This was in the.
This was already in the show notes.
This was already there. Yeah.
Was it? Well, I let's just go.
Let's just discuss what if Picard and Nella Darrin stayed together. So Nella Darrin was she Lieutenant Commander of astrophysics or something on board? She was a scientist, yes. And she was all into stellar evolution and predicting when new stars were going to be born. And she had a bit of a love affair with Captain Picard. A short-lived 45-minute love affair, but it still happened. She was also a concert pianist. Yes. And her and Captain Picard used to duet together, him on his Resican flute, which we got as a gift from the people of Catan. Was it Catan? I was trying to think of this earlier.
I think in
the episode,
Catan.
Yeah,
the Inner Light.
Inner Light, yes, the probe left it as a gift for the person that they gave all the memories of ancient Catanian history to. So they used to duet together, but Nella nearly died in a firestorm on a planet, and I think they both realised it wasn't going to work out. Picard didn't want to have to send her to her death potentially, and they split up. And then did she get reassigned, or just leave the Enterprise?
She requested a transfer.
It
wasn't. We never saw her leave, but at the end of the episode,
she was no longer there. So what happens if they stayed together? Everything was okay and they had a relationship. Well, first thing was that could she have influenced him to the point where he left Starfleet? I'm thinking, I don't know. So my first,
she was in Starfleet.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
My thought was that they get so good together with their musical duets that he becomes like a concert Resican flautist or something. And she's a concert pianist. So a bit like Varane, the guy from Deep Space Nine, the Bajoran, I don't know what instrument he plays, the wee Bajoran oboe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do they leave Starfleet and go touring the galaxy as a musical duet?
They go to planets near new star formations with archaeological artifacts.
Yes. Or
there's got to be hundreds of them.
Does he work for the Federation Archaeological Council and do lecture tours on Catan while playing piano duets with her?
I mean, there's lots of possibilities, but I can't see. He loves being a captain too much.
He does, yeah. And sorry.
If archaeology was his more major passion, he would have left Starfleet before that. He would have maybe when the whole Inner Light debacle happened, he would have left Starfleet to devote his life to Catanian archaeology, but he didn't. And I think it's interesting. You know, Picard is not a person who we think of as a romantic. No. He's not. Well, I mean, he's a romantic, but he's not a lover. You know, he seems content to be alone, which is part of what this season arc of the new season of Picard is about. Like, are you really content to be alone? Cool. I think it would have been interesting if they had been able to continue their relationship on the ship. I think that would have been more interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. And that might have made, now the episode attached, that would have made for a really interesting kind of discomfort. So Beverly and Picard become attached on this planet and they reconnect through their love of Jack. And then they come back on board and they have a connection that Darrin and Picard don't have. So right. there's lots of scope for real awkwardness there.
You know, I always sort of looked at Nella Darrin as a substitute Beverly Crusher. They seem very similar to me. Their demeanors, their looks, I think part of the reason Picard may have been attracted to Nella is because she reminds him of Beverly.
That's a good point. Yeah, there's something kind of Victorian about Beverly, I think. Mm-hmm. Which is maybe I'm taking, in Generations, his wife in Generations, when the Victorian dress at Christmas time. Yep. She's definitely a Victorian type character, and doesn't look dissimilar to Beverly. And Nella Darrin's hair throughout the whole episode is very up, like, I don't know, like some kind of bun style, like way old fashioned. So I get what you're saying. They are kind of similar types.
And whereas Nella's passion was playing music, Beverly's is dance, right? So like there is an arts connection there too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to see a solo dance piece accompanied by Ressican flute? I think that could have been quite fascinating.
Yes, Ressican flute and piano, and they were both scientists.
Exactly.
Medicine, astrophysics, not very dissimilar. The other thing that could think about the future after Nella Darrin stays in All Good Things, Picard obviously doesn't marry Beverly,
right?
In this future, so we don't have a Captain Beverly Picard on the USS Pasteur necessarily.
True.
Or maybe we do, but does that mean that she decides not to help Picard, so they don't go to the anomaly, and so the Enterprise doesn't have to rescue them with Admiral Riker on board?
Maybe.
And so, how does the whole Q thing unfold in All Good Things?
That's a good question. I am not sure.
And then what else changes?
Well, would Picard have felt as close to Wesley if he was in a relationship with another woman? Or is part of his relationship with Wesley because he's Jack's son?
I kind of see Jack, because of that short story, I kind of now see Jack and Wesley and Beverly and Picard as kind of a family unit that's missing one of them. And Picard is a surrogate father for Wesley in a lot of cases.
Let's hold on that thought because the what I have is all about Jack Crusher. So let's put a hold on.
Okay.
Now, if Nella's biggest concern was that Picard wouldn't be able to make the proper decisions if she was around, my question becomes how many times do you have to put an astrophysicist in danger? Like, how many dangerous astrophysical situations are there? Like, it does. Astrophysicist doesn't seem like a job that requires you to be leaping into danger on every mission.
That's very true. Although I think they shoehorned her into a very dangerous mission with the firestorms on Brisalis 3.
Exactly.
So.
Now, it did cause some division in the rest of the crew, right? Like, Deanna was like really happy that Picard had found somebody, but Riker thought that Nella was asking for special treatment as the captain's girlfriend.
I don't think that's the case.
No?
I think that discomfort came from Riker alone.
Okay.
I think he was trying to walk the line between being a fair boss and not coming across as having any favouritism towards your captain and friend's girlfriend. Possibly. I think Nella Darrin was just doing as any department head would do and trying to get the best for our team. I didn't see that as being problematic.
Okay.
Necessarily.
I think most of the crew would be happy that their captain is happy, because the last thing you want is to be serving under an angry, miserable commanding officer.
Called Edward Jellicoe, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We're lucky Picard was as happy as he was.
True.
I don't think really much would have changed except for maybe the Beverly Picard relationship, I think. She wouldn't be coming for breakfast every morning if Nella was there.
Yeah, and it seems to
Or maybe Nella and Beverly become best friends and gossip about Jean-Luc. That could happen.
Do they, though? Oh.
I think Beverly would resent Nella or be happy for her friend?
Maybe not resent. I think being happy for her friend and being sad about the road not taken, as Q is about to say. Mm-hmm. Or Q did say in that episode, didn't he?
Q did
Welcome
say,
to the road not taken.
Yeah.
Maybe she thinks that it could have been the greatest love of all, but somebody got there first. Which means they would have to have killed Nella in a few years' time. Because we all, I hate using the term, but we all ship Beverly and Picard, don't we?
We do, yeah.
It needs to be, it just seems like such a perfect couple.
Because it seems to have been there from season 1, like The Naked Now, right?
Yeah. That kind of mutually unrequited love is there, but it's secret and it's something that's not allowed. So it's more tantalizing.
Interesting. Well, why don't we move on to the next topic that I wanted to, which is what if Jack Crusher hadn't died? Because that ties into almost everything we've been talking about.
It does, yeah.
With the Beverly and Jean-Luc relationship. What if Jack had survived that mission on the Stargazer, so Jean-Luc never had to bring the body home? How different would things have turned out?
Oh, right, okay. So they have Jack has his own command at this point then, I assume.
You think?
Yeah. I think so. So Jean-Luc is the captain of the flagship. Jack Crusher got offered his own command. Maybe Jack is first officer of the Enterprise and leaves to take up his own command. So maybe the encounter at Farpoint has Jack as first officer and then leaves to take his own command, and then they pick up Riker on the...
Or what if Jack was first officer right up until the Borg invasion, and it's Jack that has to fire on Locutus?
But no, I thought I wanted to get rid of Jack, because if we get rid of Jack and gets his own command, then Beverly goes with him, Wesley goes with him. So in the Naked Now, is that the TNG one? Naked Times, the TOS one?
Naked Now, yeah.
Naked Now. Wesley's not there to figure out the repulsor beam thing, and the Enterprise gets destroyed, and they all die, and we get 2 or 3 episodes of TNG before it gets cancelled because they've all died.
That is a problem. If Jack, Beverly, and Wes are off exploring the galaxy, how many times did Wes save the ship? More than once.
But I think I prefer your idea about Jack still being on board. Or do we have like a Kieran McDuff scenario where Jack's XO and Riker's first officer, or vice versa? We have an XO and a first officer.
Perhaps.
The Kieran McDuff was the alien in disguise, try to get him to blow up the Lycean Central Command. I
think if Jack had been there on the Enterprise, we would have seen a looser Picard, right? I think if Jack is as good a friend as Jean-Luc says he is, then we would have had a looser command style. If your best friend is your partner in running the ship, I don't think we would have seen as straight-laced a Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have that amazing relationship between Riker and Picard. We'd have lost something. Because they become, they're very, Riker's the next gen's Captain Kirk, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that machismo about
But we still would have needed a Riker to seduce all the alien women because Jack is married. Or would that have freed up Jean-Luc to do that?
Oh, so we don't have Riker in this scenario at all, really?
I don't know. Where would Riker be? If Jack...
No. So Jack's first officer, Riker, isn't in Starfleet. Riker's married to a Betazoid counselor and lives on board the Enterprise, like, as a house husband.
So then there's no man... Well, no. So then your sort of romantic lead would have to fall to Geordi or Worf, I guess?
Not Geordi. No. Please. I can't take any more Coco No-Nos.
I'm just thinking, you know, if Picard is not your romantic lead, who's going to...
Jack is then romantic lead.
Angel One. But Jack's married to Beverly.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right? So then in your scenario, Riker's married to Deanna, and so there's no single man at the top of the command structure, except Jean-Luc.
Because we need a single man to sleep with all the aliens and be eye candy for all the American housewives in the 1980s.
Well, that's what Gene Roddenberry thought, anyway.
Well, yeah, of course. We're tying ourselves in knots here.
It would have been a very different show. The family component would have been much more important if there was an entire family unit on the ship, I would think.
Yes.
Because they really shunted the family unit that was Beverly and Wesley off to the side. There were virtually no episodes that dealt with the Crushers as a family. But if you have 3 Crushers on the ship, Mommy, Daddy, and Son, then suddenly you've got an entire family unit that's there.
And Uncle Jean-Luc.
Who comes all the time.
It's just part of the family now because they've been friends for, I don't know, many decades now.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. So your point is that Jack has to fire on Locutus and ultimately fails. I kind of still want to... I still kind of want to kill Jack at some point, halfway through the run.
What if Locutus kills Jack?
Oh, that's good. Dark, but yeah.
So Picard's just now killed his best friend. He didn't have any control over it, but...
Yeah, and Picard has to live with that added loss of taking out like 39 starships and 40,000 lives and killing his best friend. And a member of his family, his like immediate family. Whoa, and he has to deal with the members of the crew losing their first officer and blaming the captain.
And you've got angsty teenager too, who's now going to blame you for killing his father. He saw you kill his father.
Yes, and it's not just been reported that you sent him to his death on an away mission year before I was born, kind of thing. Or not before I was born. Right. Wesley was very young, wasn't he?
Yeah. He wasn't there though. In this time, he is there.
He is there. He sees it. He's maybe actually there. Maybe he's part of the away. No, would they send father and son on an away mission together? That's problematic. Now, like Saving Private Ryan, like all the brothers had died and there was one left, so they had to go and rescue him. So the poor mother that was alone in America didn't lose all her 7 sons.
Would they have sent Jack and Beverly on the same mission?
See, I don't know.
Because didn't Beverly go to the Borg cube?
When they were, I feel like that might be a Mandela effect thing, and we think she did, but she didn't actually. But she did, didn't she?
I'm pretty sure she was scanning Borg drones on the ship. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I kind of want it to be like Locutus is standing, and then like a Enterprise assault team come on board. And then they have to kind of blast those nodes on the ceiling. to take down Locutus's force fields. And then Locutus, in a last-ditch attempt to save himself, opens an airlock and spaces Jack. Something that's they can easily fix. He's just dead instantly, and they're not ever going to be able to save him.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Somebody write that fan fiction.
Somebody. I want that to be a short story.
I think it'd be good.
And like it's an alternate universe.
I am not a writer, so
I'd love to be. I think everybody has a book in them.
Probably.
I think everybody has a book. Everybody has a number one hit. Everyone has a stand-up comedy routine. Yeah. Anyways, but that's kind of blown my mind now. I love that idea. I want to know more.
It would have changed the tone of the whole show if Jack Crusher had been an actual part of it instead of just a presence, as a person from the past, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, and then we bring in Riker.
And then we bring in Riker.
Riker's new first officer, who's an ex-lover for Deanna.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just, we've got less time with them, because we only get another, 4 years.
Yeah.
But we could still have Riker and Deanna getting married at the beginning of Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like that's going to take Picard a long time to get over. Longer than the couple of episodes it took him.
Mm-hmm. So maybe the new command structure of the Enterprise after the Borg invasion would be Riker and Shelby. Captain and first officer.
Oh, Captain Shelby. Oh. I quite like that as well.
Mm.
She irritated me, but I'm not. I would have watched it.
Yeah.
Until Picard does all the healing and gets himself back into a place. But then he has to come back and deal with everybody on the ship. And then a bunch of people just can't take it and just quit Starfleet.
Dark.
Dark but good.
Very dark. Do we have any...
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Is there anything else is there anything obvious and big that changes? Does reintroducing Jack Crusher and having Nella Darrin around change anything?
I wonder if Wesley would have been less, I don't want to say annoying, but less sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, he was kind of often sticking his nose into places where it didn't belong because he really was a junior officer. He knew things that kids really shouldn't know. I wonder if his dad would have put him in his place more, if he would have been less, not irritating. That's not the word I'm looking for. There is a word that means precocious. That's the word I'm looking for. If he'd be less precocious if his dad had been around.
Yeah, would have his dad have had that kind of calming influence on him? Just been a bit more chill. I reckon so. Would
his dad have let him on the bridge? We don't really know much about Jack as a father.
No. Would Wesley... So Picard comes back. I think Picard takes a whole year off.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, I like it. Like Picard, Captain Shelby, season 4 TNG. And then he comes back season 5. And then Wesley hates the fact that he's back because he killed his dad. And when's is it season 7 where we get the Native Americans on the planet and the Cardassians?
Yes.
Yes. So, and Wesley goes to live with the Traveller and does his whole evolution thing, but then maybe comes back, like Kess, to seek vengeance. Maybe. Goes a bit nuts.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Lots of possibilities.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think about how it might have changed any of the movies.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, I was thinking earlier now, if my idea for Picard and Nella to be doing their musical archaeology tours of the galaxy. So when it came to Nemesis, there was no... The Enterprise E's flagship was sent to Romulus without a Picard. So Shinzon didn't have access to his clone parent to get his blood to survive for longer. And I don't really get why Shinzon just didn't take the scimitar. Because he wanted to destroy Earth. He should have just left as soon as he was ready.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
He wanted to be he wanted to do the villain monologuing and that kind of stuff.
Of course, yeah. We wouldn't, if it was that easy, we wouldn't have a movie. Okay. Good point. Oh, lots to think about.
Okay, so let's move on to a third what if. So let's ponder the question, what if Lal had survived and Data's positronic brain was a success that he had built? What then?
Then we wouldn't get the scenes at the end of that episode that make us all cry. Where the Admiral comes in and Data's hands had been going really fast trying to reconnect the positronic links to save his daughter. Yeah. I'm a mess every time. So we wouldn't get that. But we'd have got a new family dynamic with this new android child. Do you think Lal would have stayed on the Enterprise? There's an episode where Starfleet don't allow it. Now, a bit like Measure of a Man, and they don't want the only two positronic androids in Starfleet serving on the same ship. And then Data's argument is, she's my daughter, so you can't take her away from her because I've done nothing wrong. You can't take her away from me because I've not done nothing wrong.
And technically she's a baby because she's only been alive for...
Yes. Very strong, very fast baby, but still a baby nonetheless. The thing I was thinking of was in Nemesis, when Data dies, Data had already... he had already uploaded his positronic net to B4. That didn't work out. So does he do something similar with Lal? Like upload all his memories to Lal, and so that we don't really lose Data. We still have Lal, and we've had Lal for how many years? 5 years by this point? 5-6 years. And so we love her at like the TNG family that we all love, but also there's this added dimension where she's got all the qualities Data has. A bit like in seeing Jadzia and Ezri.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, another thing though too is that Lal had emotions even before she passed, right? Like without Lal could have helped her father handle the emotions that he got when the chip was installed. Like, so he would have had somebody there who, I mean, Deanna was there. Obviously, she knows feelings, but to have another android there who knows feelings, I think she could have helped him process that better too.
Yes, just pops up the wee port on her finger, and he does the same in the touch fingers, and he's like, yeah, I get it now.
Unknown to each other.
Or just doing it via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Just staring my Bluetooth eye, yeah. And downloading an over-the-air update. Yeah,
I think that's a possibility. That she she could have had a calming effect on him in like First Contact.
Yes. Or we'd have had two Data-like androids to fight the Borg. Mm-hmm. They would have been unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And the Descent, we could, when Lower reprograms Data, doesn't he, really? And Data's torturing Geordi. Lal has to go in and fight her dad.
Or Time's Arrow, when they find Data's head. Imagine the grief and the emotions that Lal would go through, knowing that her father is going to die and lose his head. And there's just so many story possibilities with the family because of the close bond between Lal and Data.
I'm loving it. Oh yeah, let's write to Paramount and get Lal brought back. Let's make it happen. I love that idea. Is there anything else?
And then you start a relationship between. we give Lal a boyfriend. Maybe
Lal and
Wesley Crusher.
Does Geordi try his luck?
Oh,
is that
dating your best friend's daughter? I don't.
Yeah, it's like your uncle.
But what about Lal and Wesley?
Lal and Wesley. Well, Wesley's... What age is Wesley by this point? 18?
17, 18.
Yeah, and Lal's a baby.
That makes Geordi and Lal even creepier.
It does, yeah.
Okay, then it's got to be like Lal and Alexander.
Are we there yet in the 23rd, 4th century? Is it okay to date an android?
I don't know. Well, I mean, Data tried dating.
He did. He did. Yeah, so it's okay. It's
so.
I don't know. It's a good one.
I just think Lal would have been a very interesting presence to keep on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Maybe she could have worked with Guinan in 10 Forward just to learn about human relationships.
Yeah.
Sentient relationships.
She would have been the worst bartender in the world.
Yeah.
So she's not in Starfleet, so she just tries doing lots of different things around the ship to see what she likes.
Yeah.
So much scope for good stories. I think there's some short stories in there somewhere. If somebody wants to write them for us,
I think there is.
Please. Cool. So we've got a ship, yeah, with Nella Darrin, Jack Crusher, and Lal on board. So we've not killed anybody. So it's the 7 years.
Everybody lives.
Yes. The ship's kind of full now. Yeah.
Anybody they talk to just ends up moving in.
Yeah.
All those Irish people from that planet where they wash your feet starting from the top.
Oh, yeah.
There's all those pigs and cows and chickens on the ship, too. Everybody stays.
Yeah. I like it.
They're like a galactic Noah's Ark.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's go with that. It's set in stone.
Incoming transmission.
Well, we would love to hear your thoughts on today's show, and we hope you'll join the Facebook group Federation Council Chambers. You are welcome to start conversations with us or add any general Star Trek info you want to share with the group.
If you'd like to send us an email, you can email us directly at galaxyclass@ufp.earth, and we might read your email on the show. You can also follow us on Twitter at GalaxyClassPod.
So please hit the subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a star rating and a written review. That will help others find the show. You can also follow the entire network's podcasts with our master feed by searching United Federation of Podcasts. This way you won't miss any of our fine shows like All Good Things, Franchise Fatigue, Always Hold On to Arrow, History with the Szilagys, Mickey's Marvels, Sasquatch, and Infinite Diversity. So, Joe, where can people find you when you are playing musical duets with your commanding officer?
Where? Oh, I'd do that. I'd totally do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I play piano. I'm like Nella Darrin.
You are Nella Darrin.
A long time ago in Scotland, and I'm a man. So yeah, no, I would totally do that, but when I'm not doing that, you can tweet me on the Twitter at joeyjoe77uk. You can email me, joepodcast@gmail.com, or you can get me on the Federation Council Chambers. Kevin, where can we find you when you're not trying to find quarters to share with someone on this really crowded starship?
Well, I would have to go to whoever's the first officer at the time, either Jack Crusher or Will Riker, and get my name on the housing list. Or maybe they'd make me sleep in the hallway like they do on lower decks.
Yeah, I find that quite weird.
But if I'm not doing that, then you can find me on a couple of other podcasts, including Stage Whispers, the local theatre podcast, which is about live theatre in central Ontario, where I am currently located, or True North Nerds, which is about nerdy stuff in central Ontario, where I live. I'm going with my podcast pals that I do that show with to see The Batman this afternoon after we are done recording this. So I'm very excited about that.
The Batman.
The
Sounds
Batman.
quite definitive, doesn't it?
It is. It is The Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Now, if you would like to help us keep all our shows coming to you each week, you can become a patron of the network on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/UFP Earth to get all the details. A huge shout out to Davey Willett and our anonymous donor for supporting the show. Thank you so much.
We'd like to recognise our executive producers, Brandon Shea Mutala, Ken Tripp, Zach Moore and Tony Robinson, and we would also like to thank Zach Tripp for our opening and closing music and Tony Robinson for our amazing artwork.
So thank you for beaming aboard the Galaxy class, and until next time,
I'm going to play Chopin's Piano Trio in G minor now.
What if this podcast had a better closing?
Excuse me?
Engage.
This has been a production of MTMR Media Works.